On to you, uh, Leos out here. So for you Leos, you have the Six of Swords, the Ten of Wands, and then you Leos also have the Four of Pentacles. So what you've got going on is that for you Leos, um, so interesting, very interesting. Because what I'm seeing here is that you Leos have someone basically that is like trying to be friends with you again or get back in a relationship with you again or trying to figure out a way for you to trust them. And after you Leos decided that you're going to be a one person show and you Leos don't care about anything that they have to say, Four of Pentacles, you're staying stern in your decision. Again, you don't want to have anything to do with them. Um, you know you can't. You know that they're dysfunctional. You know you can't trust them. And so the history tells a tale, right? Your wisdom is experience plus knowledge. You know you can't trust them. And so you're not. And so what's happening here is the King of Swords and the Seven of Swords. You're not overthinking it, right? You're not overthinking it. Don't overthink it. Go with your gut. You know that you can't trust these people, and you Leos know that. That's the reason why it is that, again, the Seven of Swords, you have created a fence around yourself spiritually. You're not, they can't come onto your property. You're keeping them out of your property, out of your life by setting up a fence. And so, and so, this is a situation for you where this is something that you wish that you would have done to them a long time ago, but obviously you didn't know a whole lot about them. And even if you did know something about them, you didn't know how wild they can go, right? You got to understand that, like, when we're in love or when we're in relationships with people, familial, friendship, romance, we don't know how far these people are going to go. We usually have to have history with those people in order for us to be able to actually understand or have an idea of how far this person can go. And so the Ace of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles right here for you Leos really are about how you have moved on to just accepting the fact that you Leos have to be by yourselves because other people are too dysfunctional to really be connected to them. And so a lot of you Leos are like, what does the sun do, right? The sun is the provider for all life in the galaxy, right? In our solar system. Not the galaxy, but in our solar system. And if it wasn't for the sun, which is what you Leos represent, so I get it, right? A lot of you Leos would love to be in a relationship with somebody and love them and actually be with them and be in a relationship with them. But then at the same time, though, a lot of you Leos also understand that you can't do that because you can't trust a lot of people. You can't take them seriously. How are you going to be how you going to be friends with people when you can't take them seriously? How are you going to be in a relationship with people and you can't take them seriously, right? How you going to be close knit, like friendships, and you can't take them seriously? And so the Ace of Wands and the Five of Cups here just represents how, there's no such thing, I ain't gonna say as friends, but like to them, there's no such thing as like decency to them, Every time, you have them around, they just would find a way to betray your trust. And so a lot of you Leos understand the value of trust. You understand that you obviously can't trust everyone and that you should trust, for you Leos, you should trust yourself. And when it comes to real friendships, people that legitimately have your back, that is hard to come by. Not everybody has your best interest in mind, but not everybody has your worst interest in mind either. Stick with the people that don't show you a face or any kind of way, right? Like they don't show you a certain kind of face of envy, or they do things, they do things, you know, and the way that they move is just envious. Find people that actually show you who they are. Oh, that show you who they are, and that they're not jealous. They're not like upset when you move up. And they'll even help you. If you ask for it, they'll help you. And so the thing is that, again, the Five of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, you Leos wish that you would have done this sooner, right? But at the same time, again, for you Leos, y'all being fixed fire signs, again, this took a minute because you had to learn not just what they do, but you had to learn how deep the rabbit hole went, and you had to learn the reasoning behind it. That's what takes us a long time. It's how far they'll go and the reasoning behind it, because they intentionally make it cloudy or obscure or murky for us to not understand what's actually going on, right? When I had my little squabble with such and such person, right? I was asking myself, why is this person going off? Like I was cool with this person. Why is this person just going off? And then and again, I reminded myself, I ain't gonna say remind, but I realized, I came to the realization that this person is wilding because what they're looking for is attention, and that they don't like the fact that I haven't really been around them a lot lately. But again, this is what it is I'm talking about. For the people whom I'm going to be in a relationship with, when I say people, I mean like a general sense, but people in general, right? Whether it's friendships, romance, right? And even family members, right? My connections, they have to understand that I get busy. I don't always have time in the world to if I had a significant other, to call my significant other up. You want to know how I'd be able to see my significant other every day? Is if they lived with me. Then I would be able to actually see them every single day and talk to them every single day. But if I'm not living with them, and I'm not, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not living with them, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do that. And so that's what's going on here for you. A lot of you, it took y'all a minute, and then now you Leos understood and understand why certain things happen, right? You understand why. You understand that you have to be this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. You've got to let that sun, that internal sun, the soul that you have, you've got to illuminate and light up yourself. You have to be the sun, the earth, the moon for yourself. Because a lot of you Leos have to understand that a lot of people are not built to be friends and stuff like this, right? You really have to draw the line with a lot of other people. And so the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords here represents, and and I get it because of how stupid it is. They want you to do everything that they possibly could to get into to get your trust. They want to do everything they could to get your trust just so that they could betray you, and that's whack. But a lot of the times, people just don't. A lot of the times, people are dysfunctional and they don't express how they actually feel and what's really going on with them. So a person can be at odds with you, and again, you're not giving them enough attention, and they get upset that you're not giving them enough attention. So now it's the situation where, because you're not doing that, now they want to start all kind of antics with you, and it's like you don't know why this is happening. Well, that's why. So let's clarify the Eight of Swords. So in other words, these people are trying to get back in your good graces. And for you, Leos, it's not happening. You're not even upset about it. You're just moving forward as you should, making your life better. And so, maybe you do forgive them. Maybe you may have even let them know that you forgave them. But it's not this big deal for you, because a lot of you Leos have taken out the surrealism of it, right? The fact that you understand that a lot of you Leos are just envied. So let's clarify the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Michael, the High Priestess, right? The perspective, the lovers, Seven of Ariel. Once again, the Seven of Michael, the High Priestess, the perspective, they're still watching you. They're still on your social media. They still find you to be attractive. Even if they're not on your social media, they still find you to be attractive. They still want you a lot. You know what I mean? You know, people still want you. The ex still wants you. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you still look good. It's just that a lot of you have, taken a little bit of a hibernation when it comes to really accepting a lot of other people. A lot of you Leos are more so focusing on your main circle, if you have one, right? So if you have people that you trust, a lot of you Leos are focusing on those people as opposed of trying to, find new friends, stuff like this. And a lot of you Leos are learning how to like draw the line. Okay, this person is like your work associate, but they're not your friend. They're not actually a person or a family member. They're not actually a person that you would consider family or genetically family to you, right? And so what's happening here with that is, what was I saying? So a lot of you, you're not upset. It's just not like personal for you, right? A lot of you Leos honestly have gotten over the emotion, the sentimental emotionality of it, of like why you're the one that has to go through this, right? And because a lot of you Leos are moving like that, and you're just like, it is what it is, right? It's this sense of like how you Leos can literally move forward now, and a lot of people, those people want your attention. But a lot of you Leos understand, hey, you got to focus this attention on yourself. Yes, you can give it to people, right? For sure. But it's this sense of don't give it to people too much, right? And also give the light to people when you do give them attention. Let me reiterate this, right? You can give people attention, but have a line, right? Have a line in the sand. Understand, how to put people in categories, right? This person is not actually my friend. This person is a work associate. Because I think with you Leos is that a lot of you Leos expected them. A lot of you Leos looked at it like, well, you're here on the job. You're here this way. Why don't you make friends? And so once again, like you're thinking that way, but a lot of other people are not thinking that way, right? And so a lot of you Leos have met people who are like that, who see you as a friend, and you may see them as a friend as well. And so there's this emphasis where a lot of you Leos are like, you're learning to be with people who rock with you. You're learning where it is that you stand, right? You're learning your lane. You're learning, to keep the people that rock with you, that's been there for you, and to stay away from people who are gonna be adversarial with you, because what's gonna happen is that they're just trying to bring more static, right? More static. They mess up what you got going on, just bring more static to what you've got going on. And the perspective is that you Leos' whole perspective is changing. The lovers and the Seven of Ariel is that your perspective is changing, because you're understanding that, like, your understanding is growing. Your knowledge is growing, your understanding is growing, your wisdom is growing, because you Leos also understand too that this should be with everything, including romance, right? So more than likely, it could be a romantic person that you once knew that, wants to come back and still trying to hold on and all of that. And you Leos just not letting it fly. And then you have the Seven of Ariel. The seven of Ariel is about how you Leos are just like, well, well, really them. They're looking at it from a perspective of like, you Leos can always get back in if you want to, and they're trying to like if you're still in communication with them, they're still kind of like dropping hints. If you're not in communication with them, then it means that they are like texting you. And I guess you could say they're still dropping hints when it comes to text messages, but I was thinking about dropping hints face to face. But this also represents you. It represents how clean your life is. It represents how open and how vacant it is. For you Leos, it's like, for them it's like, hey, we could kind of like give it a chance and at least be friends. And for you Leos, y'all are just like, why would I want to do that, especially if I have so much waiting for me? So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're approaching 27,000. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.